Folks, it's time for a brand new Every Movie Ever segment. This is License to Thrill. Today on License to Thrill, I'm very excited. So License to Thrill, why don't I tell you what it is? This is the part of the show where we're going to be exploring the various movies of the James Bond canon. Starting today with The World Is Not Enough. This is Pierce Brosnan's third film, and this was the movie that was out in theaters as I, as a younger man, was falling in love with the Bond franchise. This was the brand new movie at that point. I saw it a couple of times. I have seen it many, many times, and there was a point at which I liked this movie a lot. And there was a point at which I would call it the best of the Pierce Brosnan James Bonds. Obviously, time has passed, and on this most recent viewing, I've got to downgrade it to, it's kind of an average Bond movie, combining some of the better aspects of the franchise with the worst aspects of the franchise in a movie that's just sort of sitting there. It does have some camp value. There is some, so bad it's good elements to it that are fun, and that largely falls in the lap of Denise Richards' character. She's the main, I guess the main Bond girl in this one, the ridiculously named Dr. Christmas Jones. Yes, friends, this is the movie that asks us to believe that Denise Richards is a nuclear physicist, and it does not work. There seems a lot of her character, particularly in her design, seems to be a response to the then popular Tomb Raider video game, but that's purely on a design element. A Bond movie where he has to team up with a badass archaeologist, that could be something, but just taking your nuclear physicist character and making her buxom and wearing short shorts is not the same thing, gang. So while that doesn't work, and while there's also a lot of other weird campness in this, including the debut of John Cleese as Q's comic sidekick R, you also have some of the greatest villains in the franchise, as you have a storyline wherein a woman is trying to get revenge on Bond and MI6 because of a botched kidnapping, but also she has fallen in love with her kidnapper, a guy who, because of a brain condition, cannot feel pain. They are both really tremendous baddies, and it's a shame that they sort of get wasted in this otherwise mediocre movie. The other high point of this one is the farewell scene for Q. This is Desmond Llewellyn, his last entry in the franchise. He had played Q in all but 2 of the previous James Bond movies, and in this one, and it was shortly after this one came out that he passed away. So there is a very nice and moving farewell scene for Q in the midst of everything else. So some highs, some lows. World Is Not Enough, 3 stars.